Hello guys, today I'm going to show you how you can create this parallax effect using React and frame of motion. Okay, let's start. I created a small React project using white and tail in CSS. Also I installed frame motion and also I add two images that we will be using. Okay, let's start. Okay, I'm going to create for components folder. Inside components I'm going to create two components. One name is Parallax, other one is text. Inside the parallax, let's create a functional component. We can import that in our app directory. Okay, now let's give some styles. I'm gonna give width of full, height of screen, motion will be relative, overflow will be hidden, grid, and place items send. Inside that I will have h1 with text 9 XL and also text color white. I'm gonna call it Parallax. Now below that I will have another div. This div will have a position of absolute instead of 0 and insert index of, let's give it 0. Okay, now I'm gonna add background image to this div. Background image, this will be bg2, it is a jpg. Okay, now what I did was I get the image using URL. I set the position to bottom and size to cover. I'm gonna copy paste it again and I'm gonna change the image. Now I'm gonna change the set index of this div to 0 and this div to 20, and I'm gonna also add set index to this as a 10. Now you can see the parallax text is between this image and this image. Okay, now I'm gonna go to the app.js. Let's create functional component here first. Go to that and import that. Now in the text I'm gonna give it bg gray 400, bg gray 400. And also I'm gonna give px of 10 and py of 20. Now inside that I will have another div. This div will have max width of 3XL and display of flex, and the gap will be 10. And inside that div I will have another h1 tag. This will have text of 5XL and also this will have text of white. I'm gonna call it Parallax. Also we can add now some text. Okay, I'm gonna use lorem 40. Let's copy paste it several times. Flex direction, flex direction will be column. Now it's okay. Now we can add the parallax effect. So in order to add parallax I need frame of motion. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have use scroll from frame of motion, use transform and motion. Also I need use ref. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to define use ref. We can reference this element. Now we can get the scroll progress using use scroll. So const scroll y progress from use scroll. This use scroll takes two arguments. The first thing is the target element. The second thing is the offset. Offset start end start. This means the start means the start of the container. It means this, and the start of the window. It means the start of the viewport, and the end of the container. This means this, and the start of the window mean once again this. Now once we get the scroll progress, we have to transform that value into the value that we can use like this. So we are using use transform to do that. The use transform is hook in a frame of motion that we can input range of values and map those values to another range of values. So in this case I am inputting in scroll progress. The scroll progress is value between 1 and 0. So I am input range as 1 and 0. I'm gonna map that values to 0% to 100%. Also I'm gonna add another use transform. I'm gonna add text y, and I'm gonna map this to 0 to 200%. Now we can use that, but there's a catch. We cannot directly use these values because these values are motion values. So in order to use those values, we have to add the motion tag in the element. So for the h1 I'm gonna add some style. I'm gonna y text y. Now you can see the text moving slowly and the mountain and the sky moving at regular speed. But what we need is we need to mountain to move out, but the sky to stay there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna convert this image to motion, and I'm gonna add y to background y. Now you can see the mountain is moving, the text is moving in different speeds, but the background image is fixed. It's like fixed. You can play with these styles and you can find better angles, you can find better pictures, you know, it's up to you. This is the basic techniques that you can use to create the parallax effect using frame of motion. Thank you guys, see you next.